Good Sunday morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods. Oh my goodness, this is week number 7, Sunday. Are you ready for some football? Are you ready for some football? It's going to be interesting because today, 1 o'clock, we'll be on live starting 12:45. It's going to be hectic for me for the next couple hours getting ready for the game because, of course, we got people coming through here. We got DMV and E2 Blue, as well as some other people and things to be part of our game day festivities. And, of course, we're going to have the big Reuben corned beef sub. So I got to get cooking, got to get the glizzies and the chili and everything together because you know how we roll here at Joe Boo Sports. We eat, we watch football, we have a good time. So we got the Cowboys going off against the Lions at 1 o'clock, not a nationally televised, it's a regional game today. We have the Washington Commanders going against, of course, the Green Bay Packers. And this is the chance for Aaron Rodgers and crew to get back on track or to completely implode. And, I'm sitting here thinking, because originally I was thinking, well, you kind of want the Packers to beat Washington because you never want to root for Washington, but then that kind of gets the Packers back in the hunt. So you kind of want the Packers to be ass because we got to play them in a couple of weeks. And then I started thinking about it and saying, what if the Washington Commanders with Tyler Heineke ended up beating the Green Bay Packers? If you want drama, that's some drama, because now you've had Carson Wentz, who won the inaugural Commanders game, and they've lost every game since with a broken hand. And here comes Tyler Heineke, which would be the biggest win. They only have one other win, but the biggest win Washington would have for their season. It would kind of calm some of the noise and stuff around Ron Rivera's seat being hot. And now start the controversy of Heineke versus Wentz. And then you'd have what's wrong with the Green Bay Packers? What's wrong with Aaron Rodgers? Did they really screw up by getting rid of Devontae Adams? Ooh, there you go. And then, of course, we have the New York Giants going against the Jaguars, a team that's improved from where they were last year. If you listen to Eagle fans, they'll tell you that he's the greatest player since, any player. Greatest player since any player. And what did I do with that thing? Anyway, I forgot what I did with that damn stinking Eagles hat. Hope I didn't lose it because I damn sure don't want to buy another one. But anyway, be that as it may, we have the Cowboys, of course, with Dak Prescott getting back on the field. I always end up putting on, a clip in the morning, and I was listening to Skip and Shannon, and I realized how much, oh, my God. So here it is. Shannon Sharp says, I expect Dak Prescott to do well and this, that, and the other. And then you get Skip Bayless saying, I was sitting there and I was thinking about, I feel sorry for Dak Prescott because if he doesn't go out there and annihilate the Lions and score like 35 points, then he's just really not a good quarterback. And I'm just like, okay. I couldn't even watch any more of it. But the Cowboys actually get a little bit of a break today because DeAndre Swift, the Lions running back extraordinaire, we saw him running like crazy against the Eagles. I mean, he was running roughshod on them. He is still injured and still needs another week to heal before he gets on the field. So the Cowboys get a little break for the defense. Now, I believe, and I could be wrong, that the Cowboys are a little hangry. That Dan Quinn did not like losing to the Eagles, that Dan Quinn and crew wants to come back out and make a statement. I believe that Micah Parsons and Diggs both being fined yesterday, as well as having the penalties in the games against the Eagles, that they're kind of pissed off too and wanted to take it out on somebody. And I'm hoping that the Cowboys get in cruise control and just go through and destroy the Lions. That's what you're supposed to do with a team. You don't want to be playing down to their level, but it's the NFL, and any week anybody can beat you, as we've seen this year. This year's been crazy because you got teams like the Colts, who everybody thought was already dead, beating Kansas City. Go figure. So don't sleep on anybody and come to play every single week. Now let's go to Get Up this morning and see what they have to say about the Cowboys versus the Lions.
For the Cowboys against the Lions. His first start since week 1 and the thumb injury, and here was Dak talking yesterday about his recovery.
I wasn't limited by any means. Wasn't a pitch count. I think I threw about 140 balls or something like that.
140 balls.
But there was no pitch count. And I was just, we were full go. I'm not just gonna act like I didn't have a broken bone a few weeks ago. So still gonna go through some things, but for the most part, I'm healthy. It feels good. Grab the ball. Ball's comfortable in my hand. My grip's great, and I mean, honestly, putting it behind me and just focusing on this game plan.
All right, so Dak is back. Let's get the easy part of this out of the way. They play the Lions. Cindy put the picks up there. We don't need to spend a whole lot of time on this because this is about a lot more than just one game. As they take on Detroit, you will see the picks in a moment. There's probably not a lot of surprises in your expectation. So, RC, I'm going to ask you a different question. Fill in the blank. The return of a healthy Dak Prescott makes the Dallas Cowboys what?
A Super Bowl contender. A team that should be right below the Eagles when we're thinking about what the NFC presents. Look at everything that the Cowboys did while they had Cooper Rush at quarterback. I mean, so much so, Greeny, you were trying to create a quarterback controversy every Monday morning that we came into work. But Cooper Rush kind of ran its course, and there was so much heat on the defense, so much heat on the offensive line, also the running back position. Now Dak Prescott can pick some of those things up. What's going to be big is for Kellen Moore to understand the things that he learned while calling plays for Cooper Rush, that the run game is important. Protect the offensive line by using the play-action pass, getting the football out of Dak Prescott's hands quickly, and moving the pocket as well to allow Dak Prescott to not have to throw from traffic the entire time. And this defense is top-notch. This defense is not only Super Bowl caliber, it's Super Bowl winning caliber, which is a totally different thing. When you watch the way they rough the passer, defend on the back end, linebackers that run side to side, now with Dak Prescott, this team has everything it needs to win a championship. You said that early on in the season, Mike McCarthy could be your coach of the year. He's going to get an opportunity to show us because he has everything in the cupboard to make the right type of meal to have a ring on their fingers in the offseason.
Is he doing cooking?
Exactly right. Look, Philadelphia Eagles, the good news, you're 6-0. The bad news, the two teams that are closest to you are getting fortified now. The 49ers got Christian McCaffrey. We started there, and now the Cowboys get their quarterback back. How about you? A healthy Dak Prescott makes the Cowboys what?
Don't forget the Giants.
East. I mean, because the way that for me, it's not just that Philly won; it's the way that Philly won. Last year, we saw Philly run the ball. They were the #1 rushing team. This year, they're #1 in attempts. They're still a top 5 rushing team. So the way they closed out the Dallas Cowboys on the offensive side of the ball against the Cowboys defense, that's what stood out to me. They haven't even really used A.J. Brown to his full extent. So even if Dak is healthy, the way that game went down last week, that brings me pause to say, man, he's going to overtake the Eagles.
Okay, so far I liked RC's better. How about you?
Well, RC made your day. It's a Friday. You're enjoying your Friday. RC, he made your day. He said the Cowboys are Super Bowl contenders. Well, they will look like Super Bowl contenders against the Lions, okay? They will look like Super Bowl contenders against the Lions. But when Dak comes back, he's going to make this team a little bit better, yes. But I'm still not going to say that the Cowboys are better than the Eagles. The Eagles, they look like the better football team. The Cowboys were talking before the game. The Eagles went out there. They proved to them that they were the better football team. From top to bottom, the roster is better. I'm still going with the Eagles in the division.
All right, so RC and I are right, and you two guys are wrong. Brooke Pryor, where are you?
RC shilling Greeny catnip right now is what I'm hearing.
Right.
I mean,
that's right.
Look, as much as I want to say, yes, the Cowboys are going to be better, because look, let's be real. Dak is the better quarterback. I need to see it. We can manifest and we can try to speak it into existence as much as we want. I need to see Kellen Moore go out there and use a similar game plan that he used with Cooper Rush. Yes, you can be more aggressive. Yes, Dak is a better quarterback. He makes things more explosive. But you cannot go back to the way things were, where he put everything on his shoulders and things broke down because of it. I need to see him do it in practice. I need to see it in the game.
That's fair. But the reality is sometimes the worst thing that can happen to you turns out to be the best thing that can happen to you. They figured out what they should be in the absence of Dak. Now they plug in one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League with everything in the world to prove. I agree with RC. I think the Cowboys are absolutely a Super Bowl contender, and they start proving it this week. As we roll along, a strong
Super Bowl contender. Well, let's hope that the Cowboys look like more of a Super Bowl contender than the Eagles did that beat them 38-35. Let's see if we can put up some points, get a victory, and get out healthy. If we can do that, it is a success. In the end, we'll find out by 4 o'clock this afternoon. Hope you guys tune in. I've got a lot of work to do this morning, of course, to get ready for game day. And looks like the weather, we're going to be in the low 60s, partly cloudy, but it doesn't matter because the football, it can't rain on my parade. We have a ball regardless. And let's get up out of here.
Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report.